Hello, Police Best for UK here, and welcome to today's Game of Day video. Now, I think today's game is written in complete and utter basic. Ignore where it says caps on the screen. That I think that's just part of either the emulator or maybe it's part of the Oric Atmos basic mode. But yeah, I think this might be written in basic by someone back in the day. It's called Astro. Is it called Astro Lander? I think it's called Astro Lander. Anyway, so let's have a look at this one. This is quite an impressive game, to be honest, in my opinion. It's a bit basic looking, but it's really impressive. I'll show you why. Let's start the game. So I've already had one go, so that's why it says another go. So yes, for another go. Happy Thursday, by the way. Nearly the weekend again. The weekend is nearly here, and so is Christmas. So yeah, okay. So and Black Friday as well. So yeah, okay, so first thing, you're presented with the skill level where 1 is the easiest and 5 is the hardest. So I'm just going to go for 1 because it's not easy anyway. Now, what on first impressions, you'll see it's a very basic game, and this spacecraft goes from left to right, and all you've got to do is press spacebar to launch your Astro Lander. So you can see at the bottom it says vertical speed 0, horizontal speed 0, burn rate 0, and fuel 50. So this is like, you see that chasm there with the green grass or whatever it is, like in the middle centre of it. You've got to land your Astro Lander as calmly and as gently as possible. I'll show you how that works. So spacebar fires the rockets, left and right controls the virtual speed. Sorry, left and right does the horizontal speed. So you've got a minus and plus numeric on it. So when I'm ready, I'm going to press spacebar to launch the capsule or whatever it is. There we go. So now what you've got to try and do is get down here by dodging these things. Now you'll notice that as I press left, it increases the horizontal speed. So now I'm coming in too fast, so I've just got to use a bit of rockets. I've used too much there. Now as you can see, my vertical speed is now in the minus, so I'm going back up again. So yeah, you've got to sort of use the laws of physics to sort of land your capsule here. So yeah, so basically the way it is, you don't just move with the arrows, you actually set how much horizontal speed you want, and it will go accordingly. So for example, if I put loads on, it will fly right over to the left, and I can slow it down by bringing it back up to the naught again. Now as you can see, you've just got to be careful, because if you use too much fuel, you'll start ascending again. So until it goes back over to positive numbers, you will start to descend. So yeah, inactive for the time. Okay, so I need a bit of fuel, need a bit of burn rate on it to stop me from falling down too fast. Okay, so you've really got to think on this game. It's really quite challenging as well. Okay, so let's set it off to 0. That would give us horizontal speed to 0. That would give us a central position. Okay, so now I've used too much rocket, and I'm going to go back up again until that goes back to positive numbers. So set my horizontal speed to 0. Now I'm in the place I want it to be in. Just put a tiny bit of fuel on to sort of descend nicely. And yeah, it was still going too fast. I think you've got to be really gentle with your landing. The rocks or whatever they are that you have to avoid randomly generate every time as well. Okay, so I've got a bit of horizontal speed there. Yeah, okay, so we can bring it back to naught now I've finished going right. Okay, so might be too close. Now you got to find it harder when you depends on how the rocks generate. I'm going to try hardest mode this time. So this is the hardest mode. So not sure why this is harder. Whoa, I know why, because I'm descending really rapidly. So yeah, okay, so we're going to need a lot of fuel on this one because it's descending so fast. You can see how the rocks have regenerated again. It can be hard depending on how the pattern generates. Right, okay, so I'm going to use some fuel here. Oh, you fuck! You can't go above the screen either, that would also destroy your capsule. Right, okay. So as you can see, well, oh! Yeah, you can see why hard mode is hard. So let's have another go. Let's try number 1. So yeah, the graphics are very simplistic, but it's not always about the graphics, and I think this is very innovative for the day. Whoever read this did a really good job. I don't know if it was a software publisher or if it was just some random person, but I think it's really good the way they've done it. The way you have to set these telemetry sort of whatever it is, the horizontal and vertical rates and stuff, it's like really gets you thinking. Okay, so I'm going to need a bit more fuel on that. Right, we're going to need some horizontal speed in the positives. Oh, no, oh you fuck! So, yeah. Okay. So it might not be the best looking game, but it's certainly very interesting. I do have to say, I'm going to put a bit of fuel on it because my virtual speed is getting a bit too fast again. You just have to really keep an eye on them values at the bottom of the screen, because if your virtual speed gets too high, you're going to start descending rapidly. So as soon as you feel it's getting too high, sort of add some burn rate in it by pressing the space bar, like the rocket boosters or whatever it is. Okay, I'm coming down. Okay, a bit more. No, that's too much. Hey, and there we go, nice and gentle landing. Plays a nice little tune for you. Landing sector 2 is next. So we've got a different one here. Okay, so as you can see, the rocks or whatever they are, they've regenerated again to a weird pattern. That's you're gonna find it tricky to manoeuvre. So you get like sort of pot of the draw. So let's put some horizontal speed on that, and a bit of burn as well, so we can sort of avoid it. Okay, so let's take it down a bit. Right, a bit more fuel so we can stop the descent rate so fast. I need a bit of height, don't I? Sort of reminds me of landing a plane in a way. I don't know why. Well, we're coming in too fast. Okay, so we're centre on there. Now I've used too much rocket, so I'm just going to go up until that vertical speed goes back into the positives. Okay, so let's sort of descend down. This is a really I really highly recommend this one. It's a really surprised me actually. Yay, did it. So okay, so yeah, a game that really is provocative, and yeah. So that was Astro on the Oric Atmos. I'm really liking this one. I'm not sure it was by, I just found it in a ROM set, and I think it might be written in BASIC. Anyway, so that was Astro on the Oric Atmos there. Don't know where it is, but I don't know if it was ever released. It probably was, because it seems like a decent experience. I'm going to give that one 9 out of 10. Absolutely superb and very provocative and very sort of innovative for the time, especially for what looks like a basic program. So thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Any game suggestions, please let me know in the comments, and yeah, so thank you for watching. Bye.